Hey everyone, it's T. I thought that for tonight we might do something just a little bit different. I thought I'd do something a little bit rock and roll. I have this adorable scarf that I got, and I got this at Walmart. And it has this, it's the skull motif, and they're either in bright colors of red and white with a black backdrop, and it's just a really adorable scarf. Still somewhat feminine, but still kind of gives off like the rock and roll vibe. So I thought that a palette, I already have makeup on, but I thought that with I started to work on this side before I decided, oh, it might be nice to just do this together as a tutorial. This palette is called Graphite, and it is by LA Colors, and it has two very nice basic colors to create your rock and roll look. Now, when you're doing rock and roll makeup, you're not afraid to apply anything, because the whole idea is to be rock. And I'm going to give my eye a little bit of a lift here in the corner. I'm just going to put this in the crease. And I remember in the 80s, I mean, it was all about hair and makeup. I mean, heavy makeup. So let me do this on both the creases of both my eyes. And in the interest of time, I applied a coat earlier. And what we'll do is we'll just make it extra rock and roll. Not something that you would necessarily want to wear to the office. Or maybe you do. If so, just rock it. That's what it's all about. Okay, so I have applied this color in Graphite to these areas that you see that are dark. And I'm going to get my other eyeshadow brush. We don't need any mixed colors. I'm going to use my e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to get in there good on this white, amazing shadowy color, and create a line that I feel would be appropriate for my eye. And I want to give it this lift here on the sides. And smooth it in, and blend it in, and a little bit here. This just works wonderful for my eye type to make sure I pay attention to this area. And we're going to do the same thing with the other side. Do the lift, just allow a little bit of a lift, and then we'll put a little here. Just going over what I already did before I began filming. And if that doesn't say rock and roll eyes, I don't know what doesn't. But that is the LA Colors Mineral Graphite eyeshadow. Don't be afraid of that color. I know it's a bit. I know that this color is a bit severe, and it certainly wouldn't be for everyone. But it's very nice. So now that we've kind of got a bit of a rock eye going on here, the next thing we need to do is amp it up just a little bit with some blush. Not too much. Of course, if it was the 80s, there'd be plenty, right? And I just apply through here on my cheekbones. And give it some nice color. I'm working on getting a new blush brush. I'm looking for something a little different. If you have any ideas of what might be good, I will definitely get to a contouring video eventually, because that is something that I could benefit from. The next thing that we would need to do to complete our rock and roll look is heavy brows. Y'all remember that from the 80s. A very heavy brow would need to be applied. And you know, just take your brush. I'm using the Maybelline Expert Eyes. Let me see if I can get that in gold. I don't want to go too dark on that. And this one I'm going to expand just a wee bit beyond my eye bone, and I'll blend that in a moment. And you can go a little bit more dramatic. I found that if there's a little, you dip down and then go over, it just fits my eye better. So dip down a little bit and then up and over. Kind of creates a more attractive eyebrow, I believe. And then just smooth out there a little bit. Now, this is very, very heavy eyeshadow, so I don't know that it would work for everyone, and I don't know that everyone would find it extremely attractive, but just for fun. I'm going to mix things up a little bit too here on the side. Out of the LA Colors palette that I used in last night's tutorial, I used this wonderful, wonderful color here in the truffle packet, and I'm just going to apply some through here, just so it has like a little bit of a, you know, so it blends a little bit. It's got just so that to create a little bit of an edge, I would say, would be the best way to word it. And yeah, I feel that looks good. I'm happy with it. And then the next thing that we will do is we will talk about our eyes. Now, I have some e.l.f. Black lashes in this natural lash kit that I think would be appropriate and, you know, pretty hard rock for the day. The question is, in the interest of time, can I apply this as I need to? So I will get into here and into the container and get the glue out, and I will gently apply the glue to the inner lash line of the false set. Just gently, you want to make sure you get it saturated. I think after you use them a while, you find out, I think you find out on your own how much you actually need for your eyes. And to bring them in closer, we apply them right above where our natural lash line is, just right above it, and we hope to get that on there. Oops, a little booger was sticking to my hand. So we hope to get that on there and have it stick. I know that there are adapters, not adapters, there are applicators for the false eyelashes that other people use quite often, and I'm checking into getting one of those because it looks to me like it makes everything so much easier. Let me get this little corner here. It's wanting to give me a fit. But lashes really add a little bit of drama. I mean, they just actually, in my opinion, lashes just make everything look better. So I've got my lashes on. They're starting to set. Seems that for some reason, anytime I wear a lash in this corner, in the corner here of my eye, I always have just a wee bit of struggle there, and I'm just not sure if it's where I don't put enough pressure. But I get that on, and I'll do it on one side with the lashes first. After that, I take my brush and just go around and make sure, you know, that I feel that it has adhered well to the eye. And then, of course, what's rock and roll without a little bit of black eyeliner? I mean, we have to have our black eyeliner. And this also helps even up the flow of the look with the false lashes. Any areas that you might be finding unattractive or what have you. And then you can extend and go as far as you would like to. I say the more dramatic the better. Being that it is rock and roll and all. And go in the corner a little bit more here. Oh, the faces we make when we do our makeup is crazy. Okay. There we go. It's a little bit dramatic, I think. A little bit rock and roll. And I like to extend this out quite far, because that just makes me feel happy. So I feel that this look, once we've got the lashes set, we can go through with our mascara and just go underneath and help them bond. Some people go over top. With these ones in particular, I've never really had to do that. So that's the first part of the eye. And the next thing we will do is we'll create a very dramatic corner eye, and we're going to do that with the Maybelline Ultraliner. I don't know what it was that made this become my favorite over the years, but it certainly just is one of my favorites. And I'll go underneath the waterline. Underneath the waterline. And it creates a very dramatic eye. Almost definitely a lot more rock and roll going on this side than there is on that side. And if you find that you're a person that doesn't really necessarily care for that look, of course always have a white handy that you can take that off with. But for now, for me, I feel pretty pleased with that. And I will just gently take a brush, make sure it's got the support that it needs. And I feel that that side of my face looks like it's pretty much ready to rock and roll. I used to do my makeup like this all the time in the 80s. And they're a very nice long lash. Very dramatic. And they will give you that rock and roll vibe you're needing. And there is also another way to do that, and I'll do that another time and show you. But if you're wanting a bigger eye, this would be the way to do it. And of course, what would a tutorial be about rock and roll if there wasn't any lipstick? So I'll just go in here, use what I've already got, which is my favorite, which is by L'Oreal. It's Raisin. Go around the outside of my lips. A little bit thicker because this is rock and roll. We are talking rock and roll. And then after that, we can add a little bit of a fun, shiny neutral color, just to pull it all together. I suppose you could also use red too, for that matter. And just blend that in. And I don't know about you, but this is feeling very, very, very hard rock on one side of my face. And I think that with eye makeup like that, you're going to get attention. I don't know what kind of attention, but you're certainly going to get some attention. But another way to apply eye makeup that is not quite as dramatic as this, I'll do on the other eye. And I'm going to take that, oh my goodness, the time. I'm going to take this lash, put this on. I'm going to apply the lash first here. Let's do that first. And let's see. I have never done this before either. Let's see here. Sorry about the hand in your way. I'll try to let that bond real good there in the corner of my eye. You could actually, while this is drying, you could actually take your brow pencil, and I see where a person, if you want to be really rock and roll, could add a little bit more lift there. Almost, not quite, almost. For $1, I feel that the lashes are pretty good for $1. You just have to play with them for a while and learn how to apply them to your face. You know, once you learn how to apply the lashes the way you need them to be, I'll go around here with my brush and help it stick in its little spot like I need it to. It's all about getting it where we need it to be. There we go. And then once again we will take the Maybelline Ultra Liner, and let's see, I might be able to do this while I'm on here this way. Let's see, fill in the area where it doesn't exactly meet. Just to give it a little finished look. And then go over this part. And we want to try to even them up. Which I agree, it does seem that almost one is always more dominant. Like one eye is dominant when it comes to doing the liquid eyeliner. So if you wanted to go under and create like that kind of a drama look, you could. Or if you want to do a little bit more uplifting, I generally wear mine this way. But you certainly would want to wear yours however it makes you feel the best. So you could wear it this way, and even if you wanted to do a little bit more rock and roll, heavy on the brows is quite okay. That is actually very rock and roll. Very rock and roll. Even for the men. So you could wear it this way. And if you wanted to go inside the eye, which if you wanted to take the liquid and go inside the waterline, we could do that as well. This is not everybody's favorite way to do their eyeliner, but I'll do this for the sake of entertainment, which I'm sure this is some form of entertainment for some people. But and this gives you a really different look too. Alright. Do a little here in the corner and get an entirely different look. This would be good for light or dark colored eyes. You could take a little bit of powder. Just a touch. And then go back to the palette. Apply heavy highlighter to give you that lift that you want. Then all you have to do is decide which eye you like the best. And Many times I would wear mine on the inside of the waterline. It wasn't my favorite application process, but very many times I would do that. So if you're wanting a rock and roll look, we have the inside, which kind of brings out the color in your eye. And you could also be a little wild and add some red lipstick to it, because you got your little flappers on, but even red lipstick might look good. And on the outside, if you want to open up your eye a little bit, you can do the lining underneath with that liquid. And this eye I extended out a little bit further for that purpose. This one's a little bit less, but I would say that those are pretty decent rock and roll eyes, and it didn't take long. And we have a nice lash applied. They're drying and they're adhering very well right now. So there's that one. Very rock and roll, I would say. So either way that you would want to do it, I have two options. And I would like to just say thank you for watching. You spent 21 plus minutes of your time with me, and I really appreciate it. And I hope that as time goes by that I can more and more develop into a person that makes very good, efficient videos that make sense and that are still kind of like important and little things that I know about. So we've got rock and roll eyes, we've got rock and roll nails, rock and roll scarf. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.